Whoa, 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 whoa. What a result tonight. This afternoon. What a result. And that most importantly, what a performance. Crystal Palace 3, Tottenham Hotspur 0. Absolutely buzzing. Let me address the people in the comment section. Welcome, CJ. Went for 2-1 for this game, but winning 3-0. I am Gaffs. You're not the only one. Literally, at my sister-in-law's traditional wedding, it's going on. I'm like this, keeping an eye on proceedings. Absolute scenes. Be up to George again. Was at the game. All I can say is, where are the Celtic fans bashing Edouard now? To be honest, I think they still love him. They knew how important he was to them. Obviously, they would say he down tools. It's just hating because obviously he wants to move to a bigger and better club. So yeah, this is what it is. Big up to Jordan in the chat. Big up to Luke. Fantastic performance. What a performance! You know, and I've been saying it like over the weeks. Like each week, we've been gradually seeing an improvement, and I think we're starting to see something concrete now with Vieira. Like absolute scenes. Big up to LC Nation. If you know how that was a performance, it was absolutely. Big up to Nate as always. Harry Kane got lost on the 468 bus today. Absolutely, and he had to make that long walk round to Talbot Road as well. Best we've played since we beat Leicester 5-0. It's absolute scenes. Tottenham fans were a joke. I would be embarrassed. They tend to be honest. They play in the library. CJ, wrong. Best we've ever played. You know, and this is it. We, from start to finish, we were fantastic. And that even goes to some of the players that may not be our favourites, but everyone put in an absolute shift. It was amazing. It was so brilliant. That was brilliant, bro. Like, appreciate that, Stanley. Big up for tuning in. Yeah, we were superb. Absolutely. Paul, don't worry, we're gonna drop that link. Feel free to click on it. We can chat. But yeah, it would be nice to have your point of view as a Spurs fan. You know, if we play like that, it will be a top half easily. Oh, the comments are flooding in. Listen, it's about you guys as well. Absolutely. I'm happy to read these. These are what Saturdays are for, 100%. This is it, what we've been waiting for, and I love it. And it's just mad because when's the last time we even played football this way? You know, it's just so different. We're actually imposing ourselves on teams. It's so surreal. And we're actually reaping the rewards for it. So it's absolutely buzzing. CJ again, Tottenham's Harry Kane had neither a shot nor a touch in the opponent's box in the game where he completed 90 minutes. And that shows, and I'm going to touch on Gay and Anderson. They were phenomenal. Yes, Paul is a Spurs fan, but you know what? Big up for him to even come on. Absolutely rate that. I love it, like when a fan can still come on, share their views, regardless of the result. I hate to say we told you so, but we told you so. Where's the Vieira haters now? Absolutely. Where are they? And you know that goes out to the mainstream media, most importantly, because they writ him off early, trying to compare him to Frank de Boer. Get out of here. Patrick is building something, and he's building something special. You know, is it too early to start talking about Europe? Yes, it is. It is. But listen, let us embrace this moment. It's absolutely amazing. Are you Arsenal in disguise? Well, boy, they're both shipping in goals. Spurs crying about the red card. Oh, leave him. It was a blatant sending off. Reckless from Tanga, who actually is normally quite reliable, you know. So just lost his head because Saha was running at him all day. Absolutely don't want to be here anything about Frank de Boer 2.0. Less of that. And yeah, we actually got better as it went on. I think, to be fair if I was going to rate anyone from Spurs, Lucas Moura started off really brightly. That was about it. That was about it, and that's how good we were. Leicester at home 5-0. It's definitely up there. It is definitely up there. Comment section, you know what? I was going to do it anyway, Jordan, but I'm not going to. Click the link, call in, come and have your say. Absolute seeds today. What a performance. What a performance. What a game. You know, and if there's anything to go by, Selhurst Park could actually become a fortress this season. It could absolutely become a fortress. Can't be here long, just waiting to tune in, send some appreciation. No, I really appreciate that, man. And yes, please smash the like button, share the stream from now. Get people to come in and have their say. I appreciate all the love and support, regardless of what team you support. And that was the last time we put teams away with ease. It was. Never doubt this guy. Ever. And to be fair, it's not even our fan base. It's the haters out there. Never doubt Wilf. You know. Let's get these callers in. Nation, how you feeling?
Yo, that was a performance. That was mad. Wow.
So good. So good. Talk me through it. What was the highlight for you? Apart from obviously the 3 goals.
Well, I mean, apart from the 3-0, let's start off with Wilf. Wilf was amazing. He spun Emerson. Yes, yeah. Emerson.
He sent him back to Barcelona.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What was your thoughts coming into the game? Because we didn't really get to chat beforehand.
Before the match, I wasn't really. How can I put this? I'm actually lost for words. I'm lost for words.
I don't blame you. I absolutely don't blame you. I do not blame you whatsoever. Let's go through some of the goals, because obviously it is a match reaction as well as obviously fan opinion. Gallagher. Oh my days. I don't know what else I can say about this guy. He just constantly picking up spaces in behind the lines, making those runs into the box. Obviously he led to his cross led to the penalty, with Wilf tucking it in. What's your thoughts on Gallagher's performance?
Gallagher is basically playing the Eze role, kind of. But when Eze comes back, I feel like he'll be more defensive, type of way. And then Maka will just drop out the team, slowly.
Yeah, but it's a lovely problem to have, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, who would have thought that our squad depth at the minute is crazy? You know, crazy. But you know what? 27 seconds it took. 27 seconds for our new number. I know he's number 22. He's our new number 9. Edouard took his goals very well, considering he's right-footed.
Yes. He took 2 touches on the ball, and this guy is mad.
It's under pressure, minimal touches, on the back of the net.
Yes.
You know.
I feel like Benteke is gonna drop out the side even more because fans love him so far.
Yeah, this is
really
it. How can you hate him? 2 goals in the debut. I think he played a total of 12 minutes or so. He came on quite late in the game, and he bagged 2 goals. You know, 2 great finishes as well. And these are against a World Cup winner in Hugo Lloris. You know, absolutely amazing. You know what we'll do? Who's your man of the match?
I would say Edouard, but I think it's a bit. Considering he only played how many minutes? 10 minutes? I feel like he done the job. Yeah, he tucked away. I feel like Edouard's someone.
Wicked. I think that's it. Anything else you want to touch on?
I feel like Tanganga, he really needs to calm down a bit. I know Zaha, that reaction was a bit nuts, but he really needs to calm down.
He really does. To be fair, he's normally a lot more composed than that.
Yeah.
I was quite surprised when I saw it. I was like, wow, he's got that side to him as well.
Yeah.
You know, but I
He's
think
really
he's going to be.
passionate. Man.
He is. He's going to be one of Spurs' bright spots
Yeah.
in the future. But listen, who do we have next? Is it Leicester?
No, it's Liverpool.
Liv-
That's going to be a mad match.
It
I
is.
feel confident, but I don't at the same time.
I think we could get a draw out of that, you know.
Yeah, same. I think we could as well.
I think we could. I just think defensively we're just so sound,
Yes.
you know. And no, it's just amazing to see. Last word on Patrick Vieira and obviously his style of play.
Last season, I didn't really think we was going to get Patrick Vieira and this type of manager. But I mean, obviously, to start the season, a lot of fans was like down him about his lack of experience as a manager. And I feel like now people just love him and just really want to stay. And yeah, same as well.
No, but listen, obviously, Nation, big up for jumping in.
Yeah,
Platform's always here for you to come on and have your say. Oh, and I believe you have a channel yourself. Shout out your channel.
Go and subscribe to Just CPFC. I'm going to be posting more content on there. It's very soon, but I just created it.
Wicked. Yeah, make sure you go on subscribe to Just CPFC, man, and support this guy as well. Appreciate the love, man.
Yeah.
Big up to you. Yeah, comment section's popping off, so I am going to do my best to keep up with him all, right? Mitchell was world class. I agree. Gay and Anderson look like they're a big six partnership. Michael, the scrub Tarling, I'm always saying that name. MacArthur was phenomenal. You know, everyone was immense. Everyone was immense. Jesper, Edouard's stats as of right now: 3 minutes, 2 goals, 100% shot accuracy. Has this ever happened before? Good question. Very good question. Obviously, like I know Match of the Day is going to try and slap us last. They need to behave themselves. They really do. I know, obviously, unfortunately, Ronaldo's got his brace as well. So they're probably going to come up first. But our number 9 has also got a brace too. So they put some respect on our name, you know. I swear we're playing 2. Welcome, Martin. Big credit to Dougie. The pieces of the jigsaw coming together. We still have players to come in. Come on, New Palace, absolutely. MTV Blatt. Eddie knows where the goal is. 28 seconds. Boom. Absolutely. Would have been Turkey with the only shaky players. You know what? Like, it took a while for us to get up the field a lot. Well, Ayew is what I wanted to talk about. He grew into the game a lot as it went on. We all know he works hard, but we obviously know like his limitations, especially playing as a winger. But I think he was really, really good. You know, big up Tom Clark again. Obviously, both goals were left-footed. Right, I'm going to bring in Luke so I can stop talking. I'm going to keep putting your comments up as we're having this conversation, guys. So thank you. Keep the comment sections popping. It's amazing at the moment. Everyone's buzzing. What up, Luke?
Hello.
You lost your voice, haven't you?
I think what we all forgotten that we also got a clean sheet today as well.
That is a shout. That is a good shout.
I mean, I know we got the 3 goals, but a clean sheet as well for the confidence for the defence. And one of the defenders today, I've got to give a shout out to, and who really impressed me today, Mitchell. He got up and down. Like, I think before he did struggle attacking going forward quite a lot, but hasn't he improved attacking?
Yeah,
quite a lot.
He's making the right runs. There was one in the second half. I think Wolf tried to thread it through to him with the outside of his boot, and it was just a bit too heavy. But because he made that run, he could have had a shot on goal. You know, so he's making those right runs when he gets into the final third, which is amazing to see. And you got people that agree with you. Mitchell's going to be a beast. His progression is mad. It has been a very, very sudden rise, you know, for him. So I hope he keeps grounded and continues to progress. Brighton's on its home game. Just a quick question: is this a faster sub for a sub and a debut?
Edouard was the
Fastest goal for a sub?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know what the teams are, but I recall someone coming on as a sub, running into the box and scoring like a header or something. Like, I can't remember what game it is, but I'm going to look into that. But either way, 27 seconds to stamp your authority in the Premier League. Where are the haters now? Oh, it's the SPL. No, he's just bagged in the Premiership against Spurs. 2 of them.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me give you. Obviously, we've spoken Gallagher. The fullbacks. So you've mentioned Mitchell. How do you think Wardy did?
Ward was. Do you remember that season when Wan-Bissaka came in and we all thought, oh, Ward his career at Palace is probably going to come to an end. But he's actually since I think it's the 1920 season, he has stepped up massively. He's been a great servant to the club, and how many times has he saved us? That Watford clearance, obviously, the West Ham clearance 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's been a very good right back for us, and if it wasn't thanks to Wan-Bissaka competing for that right back spot, I think Ward would not be the same player as he is. He's just a phenomenal player at right back. So, and he's work. I think Klein's going to find it difficult to get into that starting 11. Ward's been our best right back this season, but we have to wait and see with Ferguson, see if he can get into that starting spot.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want to change a backline that's working at the moment. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping he can keep that stable. Michael the Scrub Tarling. Ward was great defensively, but his forward passes are predictable. You know what? I guess that will come with a better natural winger, and that's no slander on Jordan. Like I said, he's a centre forward. You know, he's just doing a role for us, and that answers this question here. We bought him as a striker, and he's now doing a job for us on the wing. So I think once Wardy's playing with a natural winger, I think the passing and the progressive passing will improve, in my personal opinion. So you've mentioned both fullbacks. You know what? Let's talk about VG, because he's had a bit of a shaky start to the season. He had nothing to do today.
He felt very comfortable in goal. If you remember for the Brentford game, we did make a few comments on how he was punching it out quite a lot, but today he catched it. He just made it look simple. He caught it from the air and just played it simple to Ward or to Mitchell or our 2 centre backs, Anderson and Gurley. He just made it simple today.
Yeah.
He didn't really make too much. I think this is where Benteke comes involved. He's not going to kick it long that much. So that's where Benteke is going to find it difficult to try and hold up the play, and that's where probably Edouard suits our style of play a little bit better with those runs in behind.
Absolutely. This is a very good point from 14, George. All the teams we've played are in the top half. We've always said that our running is crazy, and I believe we've got Liverpool coming up, we've got Brighton at home, we've got Leicester, and I think after that it starts to get a little bit more favourable.
We've got Arsenal after that.
Oh, lovely. Hopefully they can continue their slump, because they weren't that great today against Norwich either, to be fair. You know, come natural, Gallagher's exactly what we've been missing. His work rate and direct play is off the chain. We must secure him permanently, and this is why I'm hoping Son gets continues to shine at Chelsea. I believe he started today against Villa. So if they can sign someone against on a permanent, Conor might just say, I want to be playing first team football. And not only that, you don't think he's around like Elise, he's around Gay, all players he's played with in the under 21 setup, and even beforehand. So he might end up loving it here. Who was your man of the match?
Oh, it's between 4 players. Difficult. Edouard scored the 2 goals, but he wasn't on for that long. I'm gonna have to go for Will because Will, that was probably one of his best performances he has had in a long time. He just Wilf looked well up for it. He just did. So I'm gonna for Wilf as my man of the match.
Cool. Comment sections, drop your man of the match. Georgia says Mitchell. And it's going to be one of those cases where there's going to be 3 or 4 candidates. Like I said, the 2 centre backs had Harry Kane in their pocket. You know what I mean? And that's no mean feat, to be fair. Because as much as Harry Kane may not necessarily play great against us, he always scores. You know what I mean? So it's no mean feat. I haven't even said who my man of the match is. I'm going to go Connor. I'm going to say Gallagher. I think he was just so pivotal in that final third, and just the decision making. Like that pass for Edouard's second is his awareness, because he's picked up the ball, edge of the area, and obviously I believe it was Ayew was free on the right, and all the Tottenham players got attracted to Ayew.
Yeah,
and he's just done a nice little reverse pass, and Edouard's just like, "Yep, thank you very much." So it's those little fine details. Yeah, sure.
I think I spoke to a Palace fan today, and they said this is one of the. He's been going a long time, and he said this is probably one of the best performances they've seen in about 10 years.
Wow,
that's how long we've been waiting for this moment, and it's just. And if you think about it, look at how many players we have coming back from injury. This is a very, very frightening team. And if we, as you said, the likes of teams that are coming up next, if we can actually get a few results against those teams, we could be in for a very good season.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's definitely looking bright. But now, Luke, thanks as always calling in, always having you say great opinions. So yeah, have a good one. Take it easy.
Up the Palace.
100%. Up the Palace, indeed. Right, I see Nate's in the back, probably just sorting out his device at the moment. But you know what I'll do whilst we're waiting for Nate to get ready? Let's do player ratings. I'll give VG 7, steady 7, comfortable game for him. Made the right decisions when he needed to, especially with any crosses. So just a steady 7 for VG. Obviously, you can drop your player ratings as well as we go along. I'll go Wardy. I'll give him a 7 as well. I'll give the 2 centre backs 8 or 9. That's tough. I'm gonna go 8. 8 for both Gay and Anderson and Mitchell. I'll give them all 8s. In the park, we had Kayute. It was actually quite decent. Like we said, it's his ball playing skills ain't the best, but he does do a job. He struggled early on. I think Delhi was running in behind him, picking up pockets. So I think, but he grew in the game. He grew into the game, and I think as we got better, he got better. Sorry, just 1 second. Okay. After that, we then had Connor and who's played in the midfield? And Maka. Maka, 8, absolute engine room. But I'm gonna go CG. He's my man of the match. And I rarely do 10, so I might have to do a cheeky little 9.5 for CG. But Maka was very good. To be fair, he kind of goes under the radar, you know, but he does put in an absolute shift. Let's see who else we got. And then the front three, Jordan put in a good shift today. So I'll give him a 7. Wilf, I'll give an 8 or 9. I'll give Wilf a 9. Benteke, Benteke found it hard today. I'll give Benteke a 6. We did find it difficult today. I wonder, are we getting the ball up to him quick enough? Are we getting enough crosses in the box? All questions to be asked, but he's still obviously pivotal for us anyway. And then off the bench we had Milo, 35, just came in, did what he needed to do. Edouard came on, just got a brace, so he's gonna get an 8 from me. Who was on the sub? Elise, it was good to see Elise. It was very tidy on the ball. Picking up the ball in pockets, playing like quick 1-2s. He's gonna be very bright. I'm looking forward to seeing more of him. I'll give him a 36. 36 for Mike, when you say. I'm gonna see if Nate's about, see if his mic's all good. Nate?
Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you.
There we go. Boy,
if you know, you know.
Yeah, trust me. If you know, you know, for real. Yeah, I could have sworn we was playing Tooting and Mitcham today. Don't get me wrong. The first 25 minutes, it was a little bit like we lose the ball, they lose the ball. Nobody wanted the ball in the opening 25 minutes. So I was kind of thinking, okay, look, get it to halftime. Don't let Harry Kane get an absolute brick S-house goal, because you know he's famous for it. Yeah. He'll always score when we switch off at the back. I was never worried. Now, obviously, I'm normally always worried because I've got bad nightmares of Roy Ball playing Spurs. But tell a lie, even with the red card, which, let's be fair, the first yellow card, you could argue it's a bit of handbags. The two of them really should know better as professional footballers. But Zaha is emotional. To be fair, it was a really, really not unnecessary challenge by Tanganga. So it's a bit of both. You know, it was a yellow card. The sending off, he's nowhere near going to win the ball. So that's just clumsy on his part.
Yeah.
But he's a young kid. You don't really hold that against young kids at his age. And I did find it funny that he said, "I'm going to knock you out, you pussy." I was like, all right, mate, calm down. You've already cost yourself your place in the team. Just relax. But tell a lie, I was never worried about Tottenham scoring because you could see with them playing 3 defensive midfielders. I said, are we watching Roy Ball? I had severe PTSD to seeing Luca, Gyro, and Kuyate from like 2-3 seasons ago, where you're like, we've got 3 DMs on the pitch. Oh my Lord. But big credit to Tyrick Mitchell, because he's coming on leaps and bounds under Patrick Vieira, and you can see his defensive acumen is far stronger than it was under Roy. And Roy is the reason that Mitchell was in the team. So let's not dismiss that Roy Hodgson did actually give Tyrick Mitchell his debut.
Yeah.
Conor Gallagher, different planet. Man. Kids on a different planet to the rest of us, right? Odds on Edouard, yeah. 15, 16 million. Dougie's done it again. I told you. He's done it again. But
he's a bargain hunter.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know how the Scots are with money, not to get offensive out here, but no, look, tell a lie. I know our record in London derbies, as BT Sport were pointing out every 5 bleeding minutes, you know, oh, Palace don't do well in London derbies. Half of London is Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham, and arguably West Ham.
Yeah.
Right? So apart from playing QPR and Fulham and Brentford, who are the only other London clubs we've played in the Premier League, and I'm not including Watford here, by the way, London derbies for us aren't that big a deal unless we're playing them lot in Bermondsey or that lot or we're playing the Anoraks, the Clowns in SE7.
Yeah.
But Rich, I'm not going to lie. When the penalty went in, I thought, okay, 1-0, great. Edouard scores with his second touch, and you're thinking, now that's a debut to remember,
100%.
right? But you see the penalty, right? It was a penalty, but I had massive flashbacks to playing Tottenham in the first game when we got back into the Prem, where Moxie got a ball given against him for the exact same thing, and I was thinking, it's come full circle.
Yeah, it really is.
Now, don't get me wrong. I thought Ben Davies was flagging down the 468 bus the way that arm was out there. I thought he was waiting for the bus. So I'm like, he really wants to get out of Selhurst Park alive. I can't blame him. But
I don't even think he warmed up.
Huh?
I don't even think he had a warm up. I think he literally just ran onto the pitch.
No.
When Dial came off.
No. And look, to be fair, I hope Eric Dyer's all right, because that looked pretty nasty when he was walking off the pitch gingerly.
Yeah.
But Rich, I can't lie. I got proper emotional when the second goal went in, because I just forgotten what it's like to have a clinical finisher up top. Not that Benteke and Ayew and Wickham and the other strikers we've had in the past haven't scored big goals for us, but we've never had a striker that can just be there when we need a clinical finisher. We're always famous for that ball coming in from the right or the left. No one's there to put it away.
This is it.
And we're always lamenting about, we need a striker to finish that. Don't get me wrong. This is a great result because it takes a lot of pressure off Vieira, and the media can't really hit him with the, so-and-so is the new manager to replace Vieira. Who's the favourite now then? To a certain newspaper whose name I won't say.
Wait for match of the day. I want to see what they say about this.
Oh, yeah, for real. But let's just get this in there. You see this certain newspaper whose name I won't say, because any football fan worth their salt won't say their name, let alone buy the publication. They love to say, oh, this guy's the favourite to replace Vieira at Palace because Palace are in a crisis. What crisis? What crisis? The only time I honestly felt our fans went into meltdown was Chelsea. That was Chelsea.
Yeah.
Brentford, we could have got more points, but to be fair, they could have stole it as well. So a draw was a fair result. West Ham, in the first half, should have been out of sight. We should have been dead and buried. Second half, we should have won it. Today, I was nervous because our record against Tottenham is nothing to write home about.
No.
The only other win we've got is, I think, under Pardew in Pardew's first game in charge.
Yeah.
Where Punchin and I think it was Ledley. I think it was, or was it Gale? It might have been Dwight Gale. But
I believe it was, yeah.
No, that shows you. Well, wins against Tottenham don't come very often, but performances against Tottenham definitely don't come that often. So I'm very happy, obviously, and I can't wait for match of the day, as you're saying. But what I'm really happy about is the fans. Yeah. Because I've not heard Selhurst Park roar like that in so long. And let me tell you, I understand that up and down the country, every club thinks their fan base are massively passionate. And there is an element of truth to that. No football club in this country doesn't have passionate fans. But you could see how much of a difference a full Selhurst Park makes. An empty Selhurst Park against Tottenham, we lose 1-0, maybe 1-1. Today, with a raucous, packed-out Holmesdale, packed-out Arthur, main stand and Whitehorse, at 2-0 up, I was getting a little bit cocky, and I thought, be careful, Nathan, be very careful. Because you know what I mean? Famous Palace things, right? We go 2-0 up. Yeah, we're going to win. Boom, 3-2.
And we balls up, yeah.
But Swansea away under Pardew taught me never, ever get gassed until the final whistle.
Yeah.
Because I learned that the hard way. 5-4, for those of you who don't remember. Right? But it was crazy, Rich, because this by no means was world class or we were amazing. But we dominated possession. We had more shots on target. And our football was something we haven't seen arguably since, I want to say, Ian Holloway in the promotion season. Yeah, we wanted the ball constantly in this game.
And this is where I'm going to slightly disagree with that. We weren't world class, but I would say that we were amazing. We've been so used to best parking the bus for so many years. To actually watch, this is a Tottenham Hotspur side who have played up to the likes of Jose, Poch, and we literally dominated. It's that mad. Like, we're bopping the ball around, switching play, chucking in the diags here and there, picking up the ball and finding space in the pockets. They came and Tottenham came to Selhurst Park and parked the bus.
Don't get me wrong. I fully agree that we played amazing, but I don't want to get carried away and say, "Oh, we were world class." This, that.
Yeah.
I'm all for giving us praise because we deserved it. There was only one team going to win that football match, even with 11 men on the pitch. The red card actually wasn't a big boost to us because it looked like they were playing with 10 men before that.
Yeah, we were dominating anyway. Yeah.
You know, look, as I said about Tanganga, he's unlucky to get sent off because on another day I'd class the confrontation between the two of them as handbags. It's handbags.
Yeah.
Zaha's got a right to feel pissed off. Let's be honest, because you should be making them kind of rugby challenges. Like, did my man learn his football in Stoke under Tony Pulis?
It was definitely
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It was a little bit of a Tony Pulis kick there, but
yeah.
What I would say is, look, great result. Vieira, listen, anybody chatting noise about him, watch this game because everything you and I said, right? How it takes time. The results will come. The performances will come. This was like the Watford game. Dominated possession. Had them on toast. Only what happened today? We finished our dinner.
This is it.
We played it up. Got all of the rice, the chicken, everything, and played it up and packed it away. Easy. Today was the kind of result that normally we're like, I don't think we deserve that. But today, there was only one team that deserved to win, and that was the home team. We played like we weren't we played like we were actually top of the league, because how Tottenham were top of the league after that, I don't know. That was shocking.
But to be fair to Spurs, they've rode their luck this season. Wolves should have Tottenham away.
City peppered them.
Yeah, City peppered them, and there was one other.
They played Watford.
That was it. Watford were all right against them too. That's what I mean. Like they rode their luck. Today they actually got peppered.
No, don't get me wrong. I know Tottenham rode their luck, but you can clearly see how reliant they were on defensive, hard block football, because that's how they beat City, Watford, and Wolves. Because even Man United, when they beat Wolves, didn't deserve it. You heard Hamza say that when Hamza was talking to you. But that it's mad that I've looked at this result and I'm thinking, on the one hand, I'm gassed. The gas levels are off the chain.
Yeah.
But part of me is not actually fearful of Liverpool. I'm still worried about Liverpool because, let's be fair, they're still a great side. Even with, Van Dijk coming back in the whole 9 yards, they can still cause a lot of teams problems. We'll see how they fare against Leeds tomorrow. But with Liverpool and Brighton next, if we lose to Liverpool, no big panic, no big deal.
Yeah.
The real game that's really going to test a lot of people's mettle is Monday week.
That Brighton game's huge.
Obviously, we know why it's huge, but you know what I mean. If we lose to them, I'm not saying we will, but just everybody calm down before the comments go on a mad one.
Yeah.
If we lose to them, it's going to be unbearable. We'll never hear the end of it, the whole 9 yards. If we beat them, and we do it convincingly without Roy Ball, it's like, remind us again how great it is that you're this bigger club than us and all this palaver. Because they need a last-minute winner against Brentford. I mean, granted, they've beaten Brentford, we didn't, but I'm just thinking, yeah, but like, you're meant to be this big club, and Graham Potter's not a fraud, and Vieira's a fraud. I'm like, Graham Potter is literally Roy Hodgson, but better football, because he managed in Sweden. That's about it.
Yeah, that's about it.
Don't get, but look, I'm not going to worry too much about Brighton, because I'm too gassed that we smashed up Spurs, because honestly, to be honest, were we playing Tooting and Mitcham? Because it felt like we were. Big man thing. I was thinking, this isn't even Sutton United level. This is Tooting and Mitcham.
Yeah, they were poor.
It was like we were playing the dog and duck on Mitcham Common. It was embarrassing. And I've got Arsenal fans telling me, how does it feel? I said, maybe one day you'll know how it feels. But right now, I'm just too gassed to even care, brother. It's just wicked, because you know what? We deserve this.
Absolutely. Who's your man of the match?
Oh, boy. Trying to pick a man of the match out of all those players. Honourable mentions, Joachim Anderson, because his switch of play is just obscene. Tyrick Mitchell is up there, but my man of the match, it's got to go to Wilf, because people keep saying he doesn't care, he's held hostage, he wants to leave. My man don't look like he wants to leave. I think he wants a new challenge, and every Palace fan here would willingly let him go if that was the case. Nobody's offered us the money to take him. So we're like, okay, well, the money ain't coming, Wilf, so stay where you are. He slots the penalty away today, gets the assist for the second goal. He doesn't look held hostage to me. He's enjoying his football.
Yeah.
which is the first. Zaha Unchained is a dangerous dangerous Zaha.
And it's great to see that we're getting the players around him as well now. And that's the biggest thing. But Nate, I'll go and finish up.
Michael Elise, when he came on, I can't lie, I was thinking, this feels weird. We're bringing on players that, granted, we haven't seen yet, so we can't really give them a barometer and go, oh, he's crap, he's good, this, that. I was thinking, no, listen, the kid's saucy. But you know what I'm saying when I say that to have players like Elise come back from injury, and it feels like he's not, he feels like he's been here the whole time. Obviously, he's been rehabbing and recovering. To have Elise back, to see Luca back, and Luca, to be honest with him, man, I'm so happy that he came back. Obviously, he lost his father, so obviously, that's a shame. But Rich, it's crazy. We've actually deservedly beaten a team that we thought we were going to get smashed up by. And if you see some of the Spurs fans' reactions, they're pissed. It's glorious.
They better be. But if this is a sign of things to come, we're going to be doing great this season, I think.
Oh, Rich, trust me, we're going to have plenty of this of "we told you so," because we did tell people so. You know that. Yeah, we were saying patience. Listen, absolutely. I'm going to cut out. Been a pleasure, and I'll see you later.
Wicked, Nate. Pleasure as always. Yeah. We're gonna melt this to the cows come home. Absolutely, what a performance! Before I bring in the Man United contingent, I'm so happy that I get other fans of other clubs having their say on the games and such. Just once again, Edouard will make Benteke a better player. I don't think anyone will miss parking the bus. I don't think anyone. That park the bus football, bin it. Absolutely bin it. Big up Lambs, Chelsea fan here. Congratulations for today. You deserved it. Yeah, but you lot are going to win the league, aren't you? You're not going to win the league. Hope you all, Lambs. Thanks for tuning in. Big up Daniel Wilkinson, other Chelsea fan. We love you, Crystal Palace. Well, we love you too, as long as you continue to beat Brighton and such. So, Things that Hudson in this interview, we tried to play football now. We've been calling for it for years. And it's just nice to see that there's a manager that's been given the time to actually do it. I know Frank tried to do it, but he did things like behind the scenes which just wasn't working for us. Edouard's a brilliant striker. Yes, he is. Elise passes the eye test. Absolutely. I know IE doesn't look good in the eye, but he did work hard today, so fair play to him. And you just need to sell him. You just need to sell him to us. Just please, just go and sign another foreign midfielder from wherever, Porto or something like that. Just give him to us, please. This guy's unreal. If you do end up keeping him, you've got an absolute baller in your hands. All right, let's throw in the United contingent.
What's happening, Rich?
Rush, big up Hamza. How you doing, guys?
Bro, the smile on your face says it all today, innit?
You know what it is for me? Like I said, I'm a football fan. I'm a Palace fan, obviously, but I'm also a football fan. I like to see football played the right way. And this is not slandering Roy Hodgson. Because what he did, he stabilized us as a club. So those 7 years on the right were phenomenal. Thank you so much for that. But to see a previously Champions League side come to our ground and we dominate comfortably, that's why
fully deserved the win, and the way you guys played as well was just unreal.
It's such good signs.
Being on the front foot, taking the game to them, just the attacking movement, bro. It was just different.
Absolutely different.
And then you saw the difference as well that Edouard made, because even in the last couple of weeks we saw it where Benteke was missing chances, and we were like, if you guys just had someone who could finish, that would make a difference. And now you see the difference, instantly. You see the difference in what a decent finisher can do. So yeah, it's looking good.
Looking good. Hamza, big up to you as well. I see you jumping around. This is not about your guy. Yes, he's had his great debut. we're not talking about there'll be enough streams talking about that. Trust me. But what caught your eye with the Palace game?
Edouard, and Gallagher. Edouard was just like, I watched the first half and was like, Benteke was like taking those slow old people touches. Once Edouard came out, like 1, 2, just bang the two balls that he got. Really clinical finisher. Unlike Ronaldo, but like I'll give him the credit. He got 2 goals. So yeah,
Trust Hamza to get that in there, you know.
He's so badly wanting to get that in. There's no probably any reason why he's there.
Anyway, I'm so happy that you beat Spurs because finally Tottenham Spurs could stop dreaming about staying on top of the league, and hope you do the same for Liverpool.
That's going to be a difficult game to be honest.
I mean, it would be amazing if you guys could do that against Liverpool, but
Yeah,
it's Liverpool, isn't it?
I mean, if we can make a point,
Mm.
the same grin. Trust me, get used to it.
yeah, we're gonna be the same.
What did you make of the Tanganga thing, Rich?
See you, look out.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit mad, you know, the way you just guard Zaha out the way, like it was crazy.
Like
There was-
obviously the first was a rugby tackle, and then you would think, obviously some. I guess with Spurs, when you look, they've got so many injuries, but Harry Kane should go over to them and be like, listen,
Yeah.
just cool, just keep it cool, because the second challenge was worse than the first.
Mm.
You know, and that's with a booking. To be fair, as a footballer, I like Tanganga. I think he's decent.
Yeah, he's had a good start to the season as well. Well, barring today. Today was a madness.
It was a madness.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Obviously, get amped. We'll talk more about your boys and stuff, and the atmosphere there, because I'm sure it was probably rocking at Old Trafford. But
Bruv, it was madness today.
Sellers Park,
I bet Sky are pissed in it that they didn't have it.
absolutely. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be tuned to Match of the Day, so don't worry. I'll be watching that game too. Hamza, you going to say?
I want to say something about Tanganga, that the first, like, when he thrown Zaha, like, some referees would have given a red card for, if they saw it like correctly, they would give him red card from beginning. Like, he lost his head. He actually lost his head. He would.
Yeah.
He should have.
And you can't even blame Will for the way he reacted.
Yeah, it was a reckless challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was reckless.
Like, I was gonna banter Zaha because he always cries on the floor, but like once I saw it from the different angle, I was like, yeah, this time you're right. Yeah, he was, but he's young, you know. He's just 22, center back, playing with a shit team that parks the bus, so lots of pressure on the defense. So,
Right, but listen, like I said, I'm just mad ecstatic about how we're just playing football. It's good to obviously see your insight, obviously where you're not a Palace fan, but you're giving the insight to how we are. And
The clean sheet as well, Rich. The clean sheet is a big thing as well, you know.
So huge. But tomorrow night we're going to be discussing Donny.
Yeah.
I know you're not going to be there. We need to discuss Donny. Something's up.
No. No, because he actually scored. I would give it this. Because he scored.
Gosh. We'll talk about that. Don't tell me you're happy to have Jesse there, because you don't want him there.
I didn't want him there, but if actually he stays as a bench, we're gonna talk about it tomorrow. We're gonna talk about it.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
But I'm gonna have to do one thing before I go.
Don't let me. You're not. Get out. I'm not seeing it. Rush, big up to you, bro. Yeah, he was gonna do the Ronaldo Sue. I was not having it. Not on my Palace segment. Let's see. Donny, you there?
Yep. I wish. After today's result, I kind of wish I wasn't, but unfortunately, we're gonna plow on. Our start to the season's been absolutely awful. 2 goals scored all season. 9 goals conceded, bottom of the league, 1 point, no win. Not looking good right now. And the toxicity on the fan base towards the board as well. We're not looking good at right now. And at some point, there's going to be some kind of crossroads, whether that's the manager going or the board selling the club or something like that. But it doesn't feel right at the moment. And I don't know, man. It really is depressing. But before I got a chance to watch today's nightmare, I got a chance to have a peek at the Palace-Tottenham game. And I'll tell you something now. Palace's energy levels for a 90 minutes was nothing short of amazing. They put big players to shame by name. Conor Gallagher, that guy he's like one of those Duracell bunnies. He's got energy for days, bro. Odson Edouard, as soon as he came on, he had goals in him. Wilfred Zaha put Dele Alli on the shelf. Harry Clase turned into Harry Fail. Nuno looked like the Portuguese Mourinho B class. He was just put out of shame. Patrick Vieira looked like Guardiola today. It was an amazing performance by Crystal Palace. Tottenham Hotspur is what some Premier League talents are like nowadays. Some of their players, big by name, and think they can just get away with poor performances because they get paid a full wage check. They're not ruthless on these players. You could tell by Dele Alli's performance and his attitude, he doesn't want to be at Tottenham right now. Harry Kane performed. He said he's always going to perform for the fans. No, he didn't. He clearly didn't. He performed for, I think he performed for the for the PSG buyers. You know, Tottenham Hotspur. I mean, Harry Kane was literally saying to PSG today, "Look at Tottenham. We're bottlers. You can come and sign me and join another bottler team in France." You know, Bottle Jobs FC to Bottle Jobs FC. Let's negotiate in January. Harry Kane just looked like he was advertising for Bottle Jobs FC. Tanganga, it looked like he was doing an advertisement for Red Cards. Red Cards, the perfect advertisement for overgrown anger management, because he definitely deserved that red card. And Palace just overall looked the way better team today. I mean, Palace looked like Man U against Newcastle today. They were just on top the whole way through. Tottenham barely had a chance. And any Spurs fan say to me or anyone, "Oh, we only lost because of the red card." Can I just point something out to you Spurs fans with mental problems right now? You had you were lacking 60% of the possession. You were behind 60% of the possession with 10 shots, 1 on target before the red card. So before you all come at me with that, check facts, bruv. Check facts. Read your encyclopedias. Write your dissertations and get your A grades at university, because clearly I thought of it one step before you guys. Palace were excellent. We've been shit. Tottenham is shit. Let's see what happens.
Don't shout out your channel, man.
Forever Football DRFC. We've hit 1,140k mark in the space of a year, which is unbelievable. I cannot believe in the space of 1 year, 12 months on YouTube, we've gone over 1,000 subscribers and 100,000 views in total. It's absolutely humbling to me as a League One fan. So thank you all so much. I'm glad the reviews are all entertaining you as well as they're depressing me at the moment. But look, we've got a very interesting month coming up. We've got a very interesting month of fixtures coming up in our calendar. Just looking at my schedule here, I've got all the matches written down. So looking at my schedule here, we've got Morecambe next week at the Keepmo. Then we're hosting the next generation of Man City players in the Papa John's Trophy on the Tuesday next week. The following week, then we're away at Plymouth and away at Ipswich, and then October's not looking good either. So I think the stance of the fan base is October, November. Let's give Wellens the 10 to 12 games he's demanding that we give him to see where we are. If we're still bottom of the league, Wellens is a personal friend. I've got to admit, Richie Wellens is a personal friend of mine. But even I've got to say, if we're still bottom of the league on 1 point by November, he's got to go. Even I can say that's a personal friend. But
Yeah.
let's see what happens, and good luck to Palace for the rest of the season. I'm sure it will be a good season.
And same with Donny. I think I'm sure they'll get out of this slump. It's
Well,
not easy at the bottom.
basically half the fan base are CEO out, chairman out. You know, they're like, we need a new board, but we're in a horrible position right now because on the one hand, you know, yes, I've defended the board compared to other people, and I've been ridiculed, I've been abused, I've been given private abuse for it. I'm not afraid to say that. I've been given abusive messages privately for it, threatening my family, threatening my livelihood. It's been too much, man. And you know, I defended the ball through thick and thin. And with the shambles we had on deadline day, you don't know about this, but we had about 5 strikers on our radar and a 6th one at the last hour, and we've absolutely screwed all of them up. And we released the funds way too late. Board have been ridiculed, and rightly so. They've not given us answers; they've given us PR spin. We've made the same mistakes over the past few years. So bearing in mind this board took us from Championship to League 2 in the space of a couple of years. So they weren't right for purpose anyway. And, you know, what are we doing to make up for that? We're signing free agents that barely got a look in anywhere else to try and rectify the problems. And one of the strikers that we were in for on deadline day decided to go to a Yorkshire rival. And the problem is we're in a situation where we've got to make do with what we've got in terms of the boardroom, because who's going to come and buy us? They've come out and said in the past couple of weeks in a meeting with some media that, oh, you know, our club's in the best position for a new investor because we're debt free. We haven't got any debts to pay off. An investor will come on and see us as the best position. We'll believe it when we see it. I'm a defender of the board, but I'll believe it when I see it. If someone comes in with billions to try and take us over and make us the next Brentford or the next Leicester City, I'll believe it when I see it, because right now I don't know who to believe. So I'm reserving judgment until I see the proof in the pudding. But yeah, this year's a critical year, because if we go to League 2, I'm not one for protest, but I can guarantee there'll be at least one at the Keepmoat Stadium, and I think it won't be pretty.
We've all been there with our clubs where there's been rocky times, and I'm sure Doncaster Rovers will be back.
We went through it in 1998. We had the whole funeral with Ken Richardson's. I wasn't born then, but I knew all about it. And we had the whole funeral on the last day of the season. And you know, the owner paid someone to set one of the stands on fire and burn it down. He got arrested for arson and sent to prison. That was the worst time. This one is just all about not really caring on the football side. And even the rugby fans, you know, we got this original 5-year plan that we were going to be in the Championship by 2022, and the Doncaster Knights were going to be in the Super League in rugby by 2022. None of that's happened. And even the rugby fans have been posting on social media saying there's a disconnect between board and fans. So it's not just us, it's the rugby league as well. It's the Doncaster Knights rugby team as well. So there's some kind of uncertainty going on with Doncaster right now. And I think this decade is going to be a really big one for Rovers, because it's going to result in some kind of change at the top of the club. I think that they're getting older, so they will resign at some point. But I think this decade could be the decade we see some kind of ownership change. Whether it's for the good or the better, for the worse, I don't know. I really don't know. I can't predict the future at this stage.
This is it. Donny, thanks for calling in as always. Obviously, hope things turn out for the better for you. And regarding all the hate and stuff that you receive, and ignore the haters.
I've risen above it. I've deleted
100%.
messages. I've ignored them. I've let love win over hate, as I usually
100%.
do. I've always looked at life in a positive way. I turn them into positives, and I keep going.
That's it. Keep striving. Thanks for calling in, though.
Cheers. No worries.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
I do love talking to fans of other clubs. I really do. And it's obviously nice to hear their insight about our club and such, which we must be doing something right. We must be doing something right. Let me just address a few of the comments before I go. So Alex here says, Winks, Ali, Sanchez, Dyer, all punching above their weight. Mid-table players, yeah, they ain't great. They ain't great. But to be fair to Dyer, he did start off pretty decent this season. But yeah, you're right. They ain't that good. Are you glad the move for Nuno as manager never happened? For me, I'm more than happy. You know what? Every hindsight is a wonderful thing, you know. Because I was gutted when it fell through, and then obviously we had Father, and that fell through, so I was gutted about that. But seeing how we are playing football on the PV, I'm so happy. Honestly, I'm so happy, and it's just gonna make more players want to come and play for us. You know, seeing the style of football. This result here, I think it's gonna do us wonders. The league they're gonna start taking notice, and most importantly, those pundits who continue to write us off are going to take notice. So you know, PV, big up to you. You're doing an amazing job. Keep going, and I know you don't need us to tell you, but like these haters who think that we're going down because you don't have managerial experience. Yeah, whatever. Crying those tears. Rush, big up to you. I know you had to rush off, but it's all good, brother. It's all good. Big up another United fan TV, my bro. Big things are going on. Chris Pines free. No, absolutely. Blessings, Eagle Football. Now, blessings to you, bro. And come natural again. I heard a Spurs fan say Saha took Emerson Royal on a ride on Full Park today. Listen, Full Park seems like a luxury. Like, you were just on a basic roundabout. Like, you just kept spinning and spinning and spinning. Saha was phenomenal today. And Royal, Emerson Royal, welcome to the Premier League. You know, big up to League 1 and 2 clubs as well. Absolutely. And guys, if on a Sunday night, I normally speak to all fans, any club, to talk about their week of performance. So, you know what, come on and have your say. Watching Radicani. I need to keep an eye on him, actually, to be fair. I really do. And lastly, top 6. Honestly, we keeping our feet to the ground, to be honest, Verbs. We just need to make sure we're in the division again, and we need to kick on from there. Anything from, I'd say, 10th to 13th will be a very, very good season for a first season. Yeah, we'll keep our feet to the ground, guys. I'm gonna bounce. What an amazing result today. Most importantly, an amazing performance. In the comment section, obviously, once again, feel free to chuck in your man of the match, your player ratings. Interact. I'll reply to messages and the video comment as well. Thank you once as always for your support. Keep spreading the word, liking the videos, sharing it, subscribe if you haven't, like if you're new, subscribe to the channel, and we roll into our next game. Liverpool. I'm going for a point. Up the Palace. I'm out.